All set? So this is your first book, and you call it A Story of Choices Made. You're 40 years old. Why'd you write it now?
I thought it seemed to be the right time to write it. You know, the country has changed, you know, with us electing Barack Obama. So there are a lot of things that's still going on in this world that people would like to think, okay, you know, we've elected a black man president. That's the end of it. You know, so I told a story of my entire generation, but it's told through music. It's told through a form of music that people were very dismissive about. So I wanted to make the case that rap is poetry, for one, and, you know, some of the decisions we made to give those decisions context. Why these songs are the way they are. Why there's this certain gangster rap. You know, why this, you know, is taking place in America. It just felt like the perfect time to write it.
You've said President Obama had the courage to tell the press that he had your songs on his iPod. You've been a big supporter of his the entire way through. Has he followed through on the hope that he promised?
I think he's on his way to delivering that, but it's impossible for someone to take 8 years of our last administration and turn it around in 2 years. It's very difficult to deliver on everything. You know, I think he's moving in the right direction, yes.
You spend hours meeting with him, and you write in the book about that meeting, and you say, I wish I could remember one thing, but it was more what President Obama represents for you, the people you grew up with, black children, black adults across this country.
Yeah, and which means all children across this country, you know, that, you know, us first, because it gives us another face, the hope of, okay, maybe I can be president of the United States. It takes for someone to do it, for you to believe that you can achieve such lofty goals.
Well, doesn't that go back to you as an artist and you seeing someone as a child and saying, I can do that too?
Yeah, of course. That's the hope of, you know, that sort of, there's something else for us. Because for so long, we were living in these neighborhoods boxed in, and those neighborhoods were our world. You know, a lot of people from Brooklyn didn't even take a trip to Manhattan. You know, never been in Central Park. It's 20 minutes away, and it's free. It's a free park.
Yeah.
And, you know, a lot of people have never been in it. You know, our little world was all we knew. We didn't know anything outside of that world. So to look and see people that look like you achieving great things is like, oh, there is more, you know, and it proves self-esteem, and it improves upon self-worth. You know, because a lot of choices are made from the position of, you know, my life is not worth much, and I'm not, this sort of living is not much, so if I risk my life, you know, what am I really missing? But if you know how valuable human life is, you have more respect for yours and for others. You know?
You say in the book, your life after childhood has two main stories, the story of a hustler and the story of a rapper. What's your story now?
I guess it's those both intertwined. A person of experience and wealth of knowledge and all these things that I've been through and all these things that I've seen, and I've seen, you know, both sides of the equation. And
you mean by having almost nothing when it comes to money and resources, and then having almost everything?
Yeah, and the people and the exchange between people of all different worlds. You know, so I've really come to the conclusion that we're basically the same. We're all the same. Like, and it sounds like some speech from high up, but we're basically all the same. You know, once you take away who we are, you take away where we come from, you know, we pretty much have the same things. You know, you ask a person who they love, the first thing they'll probably say is their mother, you know, or their husband or whomever. I mean, we all love the same thing. We all want the same thing. We all have the same fears. You know, fear of failure. We all have the same aspirations.
You have a fear of failure?
Yeah, we all have fear of failure in some sort of way.
Despite success as a business mogul, as a musician?
Well, as a business mogul and as anybody who's been successful, you've always, the weight of who you are is on you as well.
Sure.
You know, the weight of all you've done is on you. Yeah, make your first album again. Or you know, do that interview like you had with
I understand that.
Pac. You know, I want it to be of that level. You know, it's just it's the weight of who you are. I said in the Kanye remix, and do you have the power to get out from up under you? You know, the power to get out from everything you've done.